Okay, so in the previous class, we started with departmentation, right? So departmentation is the process by which similar activities of the business are grouped into units for the purpose of facilitating smooth administration at all levels, right? So what is departmentation? Departmentation is a process by which similar activities of the business. Okay. So yesterday we had said, right? What are the similar activities like in marketing, market research, market planning, the sales, all these things will be are similar. Correct? So these all activities are grouped into one as marketing, and we'll form a department known as departmentation. From a department, and that is known as departmentation, right? So departmentation is the process by which similar activities of the business are grouped into units. Okay, marketing, production, finance, engineering, right? Like that. Into units for the purpose of facilitating smooth administration at all levels. Okay? So why do we do departmentation? Because it helps us in carrying out our administrative works at all levels. Right? It's not only in the top level or bottom level, middle level, but all the levels. Right? Then what are the major purpose of departmentation? The major purpose of departmentation are one, group individuals with common background and shared character. Okay? Whatever they what is their shared idea. Okay? Their similar education, like they have similar backgrounds. Okay? They have background in engineering, they have background in finance, they have background in arts. Okay? In group the define relationship of positions within an organization. Okay? Establish a formal line of authority and fix clear responsibility and accountability. So who will be answerable to whom? Who is responsible for what? Like that. Then provide job specialization to members. So because you're working in that particular marketing only, so you are concerned with sales only. So you are getting more and more specialized in that. So you're getting forming more and more contacts. You're getting to know more and more people. Can work. You are working with new people. So you are developing yourself. So you are getting specialized. Increase economies of scale. That is cost reduction to enhance production. Say what we say. When we produce more, we'll sell more, and we have more profit. Okay? Cost reduction by enhanced production. We are selling, we are mass producing, right? That's the, now what basis of departmentation? So departmentation will be done based on the situation. Okay? What the situation warrants. Okay? What is the situational requirement? It will depend. The departmentation will be based on that. What is the situation, right? And what the managers will yield the best result. Okay? So it will depend upon the situation, and it will depend upon what the manager thoughts are. If manager thinks this is the best thing to do at this time, then he will do that. And that will be the basis of departmentation. Then various basis of departmentation are first one, departmentation based on function. Right? What is the function? When departments are formed on the basis of function performed by an organization, it is called functional departmentation. What is the function? That is it marketing? Is it production? Is it finance? Is it engineering? Okay? That is the function. Okay. If we go in specific, if it's in engineering, if it's a design, is it analysis, is it estimation, like that. Okay. So design analysis will come under one, estimation will come under one, like, function based on function. So elements are on the basis of function. From market, are they doing banking? Are they doing that? Okay. That is based on function. Then based on geography. So geography means where the system is located. Uh, we can take example of a India. We have central zone, north, south, east. We have different, right? It's so it's on processes. If we are something we have, it's on management, it's on production, marketing. So have its formula, the formula based on geography, where it is located to provide better service to customers and be positive. rather than having in that office. If we have an office over there, we have that for because it will be more faster. Department will be faster. If trying to ensure the organization serves to the sort of a group of known as market departmentation. Here, this you must say a particular set of right requirements of a group of market departmentation. And uh, we have the brand the needs of another people. Right? On the that will be a section for corporate. So corporate will be leading in that section. Agriculture will have its own section. Right? Agriculture, the loans, everything will be in the agriculture. So based on what type of people are there, or what is the requirement of people in that region. See, if everyone is in, so if no one is in outside the country, they in the region, everyone is working there only, then there is no need of an NRI over there. Right? Like that. What is the need of the people? That will depend on departmentation based on customer group. Okay? Departmentation based on product. Based on product means what are we gonna sell? So one product and all activities connected with each product are grouped under one department. Okay? So as I said, right, two-wheeler. So we have a company with two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, and heavy vehicles. So this two-wheeler will have its own production. It will have its own finance, and it will have its own marketing. Right. Similarly, three-wheeler will have its own production, finance, and marketing. Four-wheeler will also have. So based on each product it is said. The two-wheeler will have this. Three-wheeler. So based on product, we are forming the department. So you will be working under department for two-wheeler. You are working under department for three-wheelers. So you will be working on the sometimes what will happen is you will be working for finance. Okay, but you will be working under for marketing or marketing. We'll say marketing department for two-wheeler. So the other person will be also working for marketing, but he will be in another department, right? Because he is working for marketing three-wheeler, like that, right? Then we have something called matrix departmentation. So matrix departmentation combines function and product. So what was functional departmentation? Functional departmentation was based on function. Product department is based on product, right? So commonly found in construction, aerospace, or management consulting firms. Okay. So what happens is, we'll take the example of construction. So we are building a dam, and we are building a dam, and we are building a high-rise building, and we are building a stadium, right? So we are said stadium. So, all these things all these are different structures, right? So all these are different products. So dam, building, and stadium, they are different products. So they are having product departmentation, right? But what is happening is in dam we'll have to design, we'll have to estimate, and we'll have to construct. There will be other stuff, but we'll for the time be, for the sake of time, we'll take this. Okay? So dam we have to design, estimate, and construct. For building also we need to design, estimate, and construct. And stadium also we need to design, estimate, and construct. Suppose you are in design department. Okay? So if it is a matrix department, when you are in design department, what will happen is you will be designing for the dam. Okay, first project is dam. So once you are done with that, you will pass it on to the next department. Okay. Next is estimate. You will pass it to estimation. But what will happen is you will get the new product. That is, new product is the building. Okay. First you will be doing dam. Once it is completed, you will be doing building. And after that is completed, you will be doing stadium. So you are doing for different products, you are doing the same function. Okay. Your function remains the same. Your function is for designing, right? So, but it is for different products. So it's a matrix. So that one is matrix departmentation, right? Clear? You are designing dam, then you are designing a building, then you are designing a stadium. But the product are changing, but your function remains same. So you are combining both functional and product department. So departmentation is based on here. The departmentation is based, you can say it is based on function. You are doing a design, estimate, and construction. Also, you can say it's based on product because you are doing at that time you are doing only dam. Then the next time you will be doing the building. The third time you will be doing stadium. So that is this that is departmentation. So what are the different bases? First one is function. Based on function, we have functional departmentation. Based on geography, where it is located. Based on the customer group, that is what is the need of our customer, what is the requirement of our customer. That will be the basis of departmentation. Also known as market departmentation, based on the product. So each product will have its own department. And finally, we have matrix departmentation. Matrix departmentation means the combination of functional and product departmentation. Okay. Combination of product and function. Okay. What are the benefits of departmentation? One is it enables employees to acquire specialization. So because in the last case we see you are doing only design, right? You are doing design. Then you are again and again you are doing design for different products. Right? Dam, you did dam, then you did building, then you did a stadium. So everything is very different. You are learning more and more. So you are getting specialized. It helps you to become more and more specialized. In CS it will be different apps, right? Same way you are doing. So you get more and more specialized. You get know more and more ideas. Then easier for an organization to achieve faster growth and expansion. So it will be easier for the company to grow. Right? Because everyone is getting specialized, everyone is doing their particular task. The managerial authority is decentralized, right? So the authority, rather than the manager controlling everything, his authority is being divided and given to various departments. So the department will also have their own authority. It's not a manager will control everything. He will control everything, but there is a limit to his authority. Right? Then enables optimum utilization of resource as duplication can be reduced. Right? There's no duplication here. Everyone knows what they have to do. Marketing knows they have to do only marketing. Okay? Everything only marketing means everything related to marketing they have to do. So production need not be bothered about marketing. Okay? Production they have to do only production. Everything about only production and everything about production only. Right? So then there's no duplication. Then top management can train and develop managers by assigning them in duties in different departments. Okay. In movies and all we have seen the boss's son. Okay, the MD son. What the boss will do, rather than giving him the CEO post, what he'll go ask him to work in the clerical department. Then once he done some time in the clerical, he'll be promoted. Either based on his work, he'll be promoted, and finally he reaches the director post. Right? That's similar way. If the management feels that one person, he or she is very good, okay, we can develop him into take him into the top management. What they do? They'll assign them first to production. So learn about production everything. Okay, they will work in the production department. They learn about it. Then after some time, they shift the person to other department. That is finance department. Learn about finance. Once finance is done, move to marketing. So he or she will have the knowledge about all the departments. So it can be trained. So better for the company itself. Then performance comparison and measurements can be done more effectively at department level. Because in a department, everyone is doing the same job, right? We are grouping the numbers based on the activities. So everyone is doing the design. So we can compare and we can measure their performance. Then ensures better customer service. Again, what we have always in the business, we have the motto for service. So by having a departmentation, if a customer comes with a problem, you can easily point them to the concerned department and they can work on it. Right? And now these are the advantages. What are the limitations? One is slows down the decision making process. That is decision making will be slow because so many departments are there. So many inputs we have to take. Managing is undue importance to departmentation activity. So that will depend upon the manager. Manager will be more and more involved. So that may happen. Then administrative cost will be higher. Administrative cost will be higher means because we have many departments. So each department will have its own staff members will be there. They have to be, apart from the salaries, we have overheads also. That is insurance, the working environment, the spaces, the net connectivity, all this thing has to be given. So administrative cost will be higher. Okay, more and more people are involved. Then departmentation is a complex task. So, dividing yourself into a particular department is very the complex task itself. Okay, you might have understood it when you were doing your project, design project, dividing themselves into different groups. So that takes some time. So it's a complex task. Okay. Then the concept, the thing is line and staff concept, right? Line and staff concept, those are the direct impact on the accomplishment of objectives of an organization. So we have line, staff, line, and staff. Okay. Line means line functions and staff functions. The line functions, they have a direct impact on the accomplishment of objectives. Okay. So line affects directly. Staff functions are those that help the line persons work effectively in accomplishing the objective. So line, whatever the line function, if a person working on line and does, it will directly affect the objective. Okay, whether we accomplish our objective or not, that will be directly affected in line function. Okay, but what in staff function, what is this? Staff functions are those that help the line functions work more effectively in accomplishing the objectives. Okay, so we can understand better by an example. So in a manufacturing company, so suppose we are in our pen company, our aim is profit, right? More and more profit. So in order to have more and more profit, we should be able to sell more, right? So marketing will have an important line. Similarly, we need to have good quality pen also. So production. So in order to sell more, we need to produce more. So that is, so what is our objective? Objective is profit, right? Our objective is profit, and profit we need to sell more. Okay, and in order to sell more, we need to produce more, right? So production and marketing will have direct impact on our objective, right? So if we are producing less, means we will be selling less and we will have lesser profit. So these activities, production and marketing, are line functions because they will determine whether we meet our objective or not. Okay, the other things, that is legal, public relation, personal, etc., are staff function. Okay, so we'll be having our advocate. Okay, we'll be having a PR, public relations officer will be there, right? So what will happen is, if I have a problem, okay, if I have a problem, then I'll call, if I have a legal problem, so then I'll call my lawyer up, I'll ask for his advice. So he'll be giving me advice. So staff function is to give advice to line function. Okay, so line authority is the direct authority which a superior exercise over his subordinates to carry out orders and instructions. So line authority is the direct authority. Okay, so he has the right, he has the authority to give out instructions, to carry out instructions. Okay, he's the authority. But what happens? Staff authority will be only involved in giving advice to line managers. Okay, so he or she will be giving advice to the line manager, and they will be using this advice to better the company or meet the objective. Okay, what the problem is that staff authority can only give recommendations. Okay, only give advice, but they don't have the power to implement themselves. To implement that solution, it is the only line authority can do. Okay, so line has a direct impact on objective. Staff helps line to, or advises line to meet the objective. Okay, yeah. So the next topic is decision making. If you have any doubt, let me know, please. So, decision making. So decision making means, the term itself will is sufficient, right? Is the process by which a course of action is consciously chosen from available alternatives for the purpose of achieving desired result. Okay, it is the process by which a course of action is consciously chosen from available alternatives for the purpose of achieving desired results. So we have an aim to go to Kashmir, right? So desired result is to reach Kashmir. Okay? So we have many alternatives, right? So we have different course of action. That is, we can go by bike, right? We may go by bike, then we can go by four-wheeler or car, then we can go by train or bus, or we can go by flight. So these are the different course of actions. Okay? What is our aim? To reach Kashmir. So we have these four options in front of us, right? We have these four course of actions. So we need to choose from these alternatives. Okay, we have to consciously choose. It's not that just we'll put a lot, we'll toss and we'll decide. No, we need to think about it, and we have to consciously choose the best among these four, right? So what is our desired result? Desired result is reaching Kashmir. Then what are our different course of actions? One is bike, car, train or bus, flight. Okay? These are our different available alternatives. Okay, so we have different alternatives and we need to choose one among them. Okay, so we'll be choosing one among them will be our course of action. Okay, so what is the desired result is reaching Kashmir. The alternatives are bike, car, train or bus, flight, and among them we'll then decide one. We'll choose one based on it. If we are going solo, then a bike will be better, right? If you're going with family, flight will be better, like that. So we'll be taking those things into consideration. We'll be thinking about it, then we'll consciously choose one, and one that will be our course of action. Okay. And finally, we'll be deciding. Now, what are the limitations of decision making? That is, the first limitation is it is time consuming. It requires a lot of time. That is, uh, see, in this case only, also, we need to think about it. We can choose by car, train, or bus, flight. We need to think. We need to list out the merits and demerits. What is the merits? What is the demerits? Right. So I will have to try in this much kilometers. So more and more driving is there. So I have to list out all the demerits, all the demerits. Everything has to be taken. Then also everything has to be considered. Okay, what are the merits? What are the demerits? Then I'll have to take the advice from people also. Okay, because other riders, okay, other persons who have visited Kashmir will be calling them. I'll ask, okay, this I have a plan to do so. What should be done? Please give me advice. So I'll have advices from other persons also. So it will take the time. You not take a decision. It will take time because you say we have to think about all sides. എല്ലാ വശങ്ങളും. We have to think about all the sides. That is merits and demerits. Then sometimes compromise decision has to be taken. Okay, so compromise decision because means in a company itself, maybe when you're planning for a tour. Okay? Even if you are planning for a tour, everyone will have their opinion. Okay, so in order to satisfy everyone, we'll have to make some compromises, right? So compromise decisions will have to be taken in certain cases. Then bias decision. See, the manager, the one who's making the final decision or the authority, he will always decide something that is uh, beneficial for himself. Okay, he will look for himself first or his group. The manager will have it for his friends or groups. You know, in informal groups will be formed in a class. In your particular class itself, you'll have groups, right? You'll have your friend circle. Similarly, when the manager is making the final decisions, then what he'll do is he'll always look for the benefits of himself, okay, or his group. So there's a chance of biased decisions are be made. So when the biased decisions are made, it will affect the workers. Okay, it will affect everyone. Then limited analysis. Limited analysis. First, we said it's a time-consuming process because we have to think about the merits, demerits. We need to take advices from other people. So, right? So what happens is in the study analysis have to be done properly. But what will happen is we may not have the we may not do that. We may not do proper analysis. Maybe because we don't have the sufficient information. Okay, we may not have the sufficient data to do the work, anything like that. Okay, or it will be because we don't have the expertise. Okay, the manager's lack of expertise. Okay? That may be the cause. That may be limited analysis, lead to limited then environmental factors. See, environmental factors, there's political factors will be there, social factors will be there, technological factors will be there, everything will be there, right? It will change. It's uncontrollable. It's beyond our control. The political situation may change. Cryptocurrencies were booming. Then suddenly China banned cryptocurrency, mining of cryptocurrency. Everything will affect. Even international politics will also affect our firm. Then uncertain future. Uncertain future means whenever we are deciding something, means we are planning for the future. We are deciding for future, right? And we do not know what will happen in the future. Right? Say for example, if we were in marriages, okay. So normally in our marriage, we'll be having a friends, everyone, 1,000 number party. We have used one like that, right? But now, due to COVID situation, the number has been reduced, 20 members, right? Like that. So decisions are made for future, and we know future is unpredictable. Clear? Yeah. Then next step is how do we evaluate and select? So we said decision making is evaluating and selecting from alternatives, right? From alternatives, we'll be choosing the best course of action consciously. So we are evaluating and then selecting. So evaluation of alternatives. Evaluation is needed to select the best alternative for implementation. So whether go by bike, car, bus, or a flight, that is to be evaluated, and then we'll take decision. And this is the point of ultimate decision. After evaluation only, we'll decide whether what course of action has to be taken. Right? While evaluating the alternative, the manager must consider and compare the alternatives planned for decisions. Okay, so it's not that he'll make up his mind. Okay, I'm going by bike only. There's only bike, no other options are there. In that case, there's no need of this evaluation. Whenever we are evaluating, we have to take all course of action into consideration. All alternatives have to be considered. Then for this, manager must consider quantitative and qualitative factors. Okay, so quantitative and qualitative. So quantitative factors means that can be measured numerically. They are tangible. That is like number of units sold. Okay, how many units have we sold? Then what is the cost? What is the profit? That can measure directly. They are tangible. They are right. Like tangible, like quality of labor. You cannot measure the quality of a labor. Then what is political climate? What is the political situation around us? Qualitative. So whenever we are doing, we need to consider both quantitative and qualitative. So how much kilometers have we need to travel? So how much time will it take? So these things can be measured. They are quantitative, right? Then qualitative means by road, which road we are going to go. Then what is the situation over there? Whether there is some hartal dharna maybe there, like maybe the roads are bad, heavy rainfall had come. These things are qualitative. Okay, the quality of the road is good or not, right? So we need to consider quantitative and qualitative. Yeah. What are the techniques of evaluation? So methods or technique of evaluation of alternatives. First one is marginal analysis. Okay, in this what happens is finding out the change in total arising because of one additional unit. Okay, so what we do is we produce one unit. So suppose we are producing 1,000 units at 1,000 units. Okay, so what we do is we'll say what happens if we produce 1,001. Okay, just adding one, what will happen? What is the change? So that is what marginal analysis. Okay, so marginal revenue, change in the total revenue due to addition of one additional unit sold. Okay, so I have So I have my revenue by selling 1000 units. What will happen if I sell 1001? That's my margin revenue. Margin cost, change in total cost due to one addition produced. So I have cost of production also, right? There is production cost also. So what happens if so margin revenue means how much will I get if I sell one more? Okay, instead of 1000, how much I'll get if I sell 1001? Margin cost means how much will it cost me to produce 1001? 1000, I know how much will it cost. What will happen if I produce one more? So what is the cost? Okay, that is margin cost. So margin analysis helps to compare addition revenues with addition cost. So what are we doing? We are checking. We are always producing 1000. So how much will it cost me to produce 1001? How much revenue will I get when I sell 1001? Most of these things are we'll find out and then we'll compare. Okay. So if the addition revenue is more than its additional cost, more profit can be made by producing more, right? So if the cost of production is less than the cost of revenue, okay, the profit is more, then obviously what we can do, we can produce more and sell more, we'll get more and more revenue. Similarly, if the additional revenue is less than its additional cost, okay, if the amount we got by selling 1001 is less than the cost, then more profit can be made by producing less. Understand that? Okay. If we get more by selling, if we get the revenue, more profits can be made. Okay. If the revenue is more than the cost, then more profits can be made. But if the revenue is less than the cost, then profit can be made by producing less. Okay. If we produce less item, we can have more and more profit. That is the meaning. Okay. Think about it. We'll discuss it again tomorrow. Then cost effective analysis or cost benefit analysis. It involves the calculation of ratio of benefits to the cost involved in a project. Okay. In cost benefit manner, a project is considered to be desired if its net benefit exceeds its cost. Okay. Profit is more than cost. So net benefit means total benefit minus disbenefits. Okay. Loss. See, normal expenditure. Cost means expenditure or operating cost, right? Initial maintenance cost, etc. Right? Expenditure that are initial investment, operating cost, maintenance cost, etc. will come under cost. Benefits means gain, and disbenefit means loss. Right? The alternative that gives maximum benefit at minimum cost is selected. That's a normal thing. What we do. So whenever we are selecting from alternatives, our experience, our experimentation, and research and analysis, the tools for in selecting the best alternative. Okay? We need to consider, we need to have experience, and we need to have experiment. We need to consider research and analysis for the tools. Employers selecting the best. So experience means it's a guide, because we know what has been done in the past. What are the mistakes? What did we gain from that? So we know what in the past experience. So it's a great guide for the future. And experimentation means trying one of the alternative. Okay? We don't know what has been done, so we try one and see what does it do. Trying one of the alternatives and see how it goes in a way of choosing an alternative. Okay, we'll try out one and see what is happening. Because it is expensive, because what happens if we try one, it fails, then see, we have 10 alternatives. Okay, among them we'll select one and try it out. So we don't know whether it will be success or not. We have the very 9 more are there. So it's expensive of all the method, as it involves money and manpower. This should be used only after considering other alternatives, because if this is not successful, we'll have to repeat it with again 9 remaining. That's also not successful, we'll have to do it again, so it will not money, so it becomes more and more expensive. In research analysis, it's the best thing when major decisions are involved. Means solving a problem by understanding it first. We need to understand what is the problem, then we know you guys are doing modeling, the qualitative aspect of study, right? So whenever you are doing selection, what else we consider? Your experience will be counted. Your willingness to do experimentation and research and analysis. Experience is the guide from past experiences and plays a role. Then experimentation, trying out alternatives and seeing how it goes in a way of choosing an alternative. Okay, because we are trying out. So whenever we are trying out, we need to spend money and people manpower over there. So it will become expensive. Okay, and this should be last. Explanation should be last. The best thing is you need to, after experience, after your experience, taking consideration of your experience, then go for research, research and analysis. Do the modeling, do qualitative, quantitative analysis, and then finally decide. Even after that, there is a question, then go for experimentation. Okay, yeah. So we'll stop here right now. Let me know if you have any doubts.